CBS News 24/7. I'm Reed Cowan. Okay, so we have these live cameras right now sending us this view of the Senate. The Senate narrowly passed President Donald Trump's massive tax and spending bill after a marathon series of amendment votes. Those votes stretched for more than 24 hours. So here's what we know right now. The measure passed in a 51-50 vote with all but 3 Republicans supporting the bill. So that meant a tie. Vice President J.D. Vance cast the tie-breaking vote to get the bill passed out of the Senate. Now, not done all the way yet. It has to go back to the House. House lawmakers will now have to look at everything the Senate did and then sign off. Will they do it by the deadline? Well, the president says he will sign it. He wants that deadline, wants the House to get the job done by July 4th, Independence Day. So a lot to talk about here. Let's get to CBS News Money Watch correspondent Kelly O'Grady. And Kelly, something that really fascinates me here. Do we have Kelly friends? I see the dark screen. I just want to make sure. Something that fascinates me, Kelly, is the fact that Elon Musk, business titan, President Donald Trump, known for being a business mogul himself, really sparred a lot over this big, beautiful bill. There you are, a big, beautiful face with a great, big, beautiful mind. Talk to me about the sparring that we see there.
Well, this is the continuation of that back and forth between Elon Musk and President Trump. Remember, there was the big, beautiful falling out a couple of months ago. And really, Elon Musk ramped up attacks on that this bill would increase the deficit and was threatening that if this does actually pass, he would really go forth with trying to create a third America party or even donate to campaigns of those Republicans that would vote against this potentially. Now, what's interesting about this is the president shot back, and I do think we have this Truth Social post for you. And he essentially said, this is Musk being upset over what the bill does to the EV mandate, and even suggested that they should look into, they being Doge, the subsidies that Musk and his various companies like SpaceX and Tesla are getting. Now, I immediately think, what's happening to Tesla stock? Because right. Tesla stock, it is so just ingrained with Elon Musk himself. But also when you start to hear the president talk about things that might impact the company when it comes to subsidies and production, investors don't like to hear that. Now, the stock is off session lows, what we like to call it, but it's still down about 4 to 5%. And it's not what investors like to see. They didn't like to see Elon Musk so heavily involved in the government, but they don't like to see this very public sparring and the possibility that some of those subsidies could be revoked.
Well, Elon Musk very vocal overnight on his own social media platform against this bill. So it'll be interesting to see what continues to happen in this breakup, so to speak, of two guys who really were shoulder to shoulder. And just weeks ago, this breakup heard around the world. Meanwhile, and we have to ask you about this because this is also making headlines. There's pressure once again on Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell. He wants interest rates cut by a lot. This is, of course, happening, Kelly, as Powell appears at a gathering of the European central banks to really talk about his position. This is what we got and want to talk to you as soon as we listen to it.
We're trying to deliver macro stability, financial stability, economic stability for the benefit of all the people. If we're going to do that successfully, we need to do it in a completely non-political way, which means we don't take sides, we don't play one side against the other, we stay out of issues that are really not our bailiwick, and we just focus on those things. Really, we're trying to have it be so that the public lives their best economic lives, and so elected policymakers can make the really important decisions in a stable environment.
So what he says there, Kelly, really is no surprise. He continues to hold a firm line. He seems steady as she goes, but this is in the midst of President Donald Trump getting very, very vocal once again about Fed Chair Powell.
Yeah, he even sent him a handwritten note saying, we need to lower interest rates, quote, by a lot. I think what's interesting here is in that same speech, Powell said, confirmed that they would have lowered rates at this point if there wasn't the wild card of tariffs. Now, he's taken a lot of flack because Chair Powell says, I'm all about the data. I'm all about what is right in front of me. And the criticism is that, well, the data right in front of you would warrant a cut, even by your own admission. And instead, you're taking more of that look of what if? What if tariffs do hike inflation? And so that's really where the central tension comes. And Reed, I've been looking at what some of these other members of the Board of Governors have been saying. Two have come out of his own cabinet, if you will, and said that they think that interest rates should be lowered at this meeting at the end of this month. It's going to be a wait and see, though, likely from Chair Powell. And we're probably not going to get that interest rate cut. It's probably going to be more something in September, unless we do see a tougher than expected jobs report this week.
All right. So much to watch. Kelly, we know that you've got it all covered. Always great to talk to you, my friend.